Thank you. Are we recording now? Okay. Morning, welcome to Pilates, Monday morning. Let's get you stretched and mobile, ready for the week ahead. So first of all, we're gonna focus on shoulders a little bit and neck. So pop your feet as usual in lovely parallel position. And if you're not quite sure, feet together, toes out, heels out. Soften through the knees, tuck your bottom under, and let's come into that lovely pelvic tilt. So pop your thumbs and forefingers together and just come into that tilt. So you're tucking back and under. So under, squeeze the bottom and just let the tail relax and stick out almost. So tilt and tilt under, anterior, posterior. So lovely, soft knees. Keep your knees bent. Just working through the pelvis. That's it. Lovely. And just popping your fingers there can help you to really feel the pelvis moving, tucking under. And then we're going to come into a little circle. So hands on your hips, circle through the hips. And then try to get right to the edges of that movement, all the way back to the side, front and side. So you can really feel it in the hip joint. And let's go the other way. That's it. So feel grounded by your feet. Try to make sure the pressure is even through your feet. And like I say, go right to the edges. Can you make it bigger? It might be a bit uncomfortable, especially in your hip joints. And reverse again, all the way to the back and all the way to the front. That's lovely. Fantastic. Excellent. And then let's come into a hip hitch. So just mobilizing first. So keeping the legs straight, lifting, shortening from the hip through to the ribs. Shorten and shorten. Let's stay on one side. So lift and lower and really work through that movement. So your leg stays straight and you're lifting the heel. I'll come out. Oh, I always get that wrong. Yeah, where our little sign is at the bottom. I always go the other way. So lift the heel, squeeze, lift and squeeze. Let's go to the other side. Lift and squeeze, really great for pelvic health. Lovely, into the hip, into the sacroiliac joint at the back of the pelvis. Lovely. Marvellous. And then slide the hands down and then just circle through the knees one way. Feel that through the ankles as well. Try to make that a bigger movement. And then reverse direction. Lovely. And then slide up. Excellent. So we're going to work through the shoulders. So we're going to start by a small shoulder circle. So shoulders up to the ears, all the way back and down. So just small to start with. Soft knees again. And you might get some crunches and clicks and cracks. And that's okay as long as it's not too painful. So starting small, okay? And then let's make it bigger. So forwards, right the way up, all the way back. Now take your time here. Hands, the palms face forwards as the hands come back, as the shoulders come back. So see how my hands change. So forwards, backs of the hands, and then change that direction. So slowly up, back, hands come back behind you. So let me show you from the side. In, up, back and down. Lovely. Really take your time so you can get that full range of movement through the shoulders. Or can you feel it? It kind of goes click, 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 click. Oh, there. Okay, let's do one shoulder. So one shoulder, and you can sometimes get a bigger movement here. and start to make it using the whole body. So taking it back, and eye gaze follows. So not quite lifting the elbow yet, just using that range of movement through the shoulder first. Lift up, back and down, bend the knees as you bring that hand in front of you. Take your time, don't rush it. If we rush it, we don't get that bigger range of movement, and that's what we're looking for. Up, back and down, and then let's change sides. Whoa, can you feel that in that shoulder? Feels different, doesn't it? So just making it small to start with. Lifting, taking that hand back. So really using the shoulder. The shoulder's making the biggest movement. The hand and the arm just follows. Excellent. And then make it bigger. So eye gaze follows. It comes around. Lovely. And allow that elbow to lift a little bit. Slowly. So you can see as I come forwards, I'm bending my knees and straightening as I turn towards the back. Lovely. Excellent. Okay. Let's come into elbow lifts now. So one side and then the other. Bend through the knees and lift. Bend the knees and lift. Lovely. So we're using the elbow now, yeah? So you might feel that on the underneath side of the arm. That little stretch. So thinking about stretching the whole of the shoulder, not just the top. Into the back of the ribs. Lovely. Excellent. Okay. Coming into just some neck movements. So we're going to drop the chin down onto the chest, and we're going to just make a smile or a U. So slide the chin to one shoulder, down onto the chest, and up to the other shoulder, down, lift. So you're really tracing a semicircle from one shoulder down up to the other. Let me look at you, keep going. Again, nice and slowly. So it's a nice smooth movement, down, around, up to one side, eye gaze follows, down, around, up to the other side. Let me see here. And take your time. Feel that stretch in the back of the neck. You might feel it at the side of the neck. Drop the shoulders. So we try, our reaction is to squeeze the shoulders up, really drop them down and away. And then I just want you to hold it on one side. Hold. Send the shoulders back a little bit. Tuck the bottom under. Breathe. Feel that stretch in the opposite side of the neck. Just hold, relax. Drop the chin down. Lift the head to the other side. Hold it that side. Hold, hold. Relax the shoulders down. Relax, relax. Feel that stretch. Chin down to the chest. Gently lift up. And then we're going to come into our lovely protraction, retraction. So you know this stuff. So relax the shoulders, send the hands away. And then we're going to pull through the shoulder blades. Keep breathing, send the hands forward, push, push away to me. So push, push. Keep that distance between the hands. Pull back, breathe, push away, push, push, breathe, squeeze back, squeeze, squeeze, breathe. Are those knees soft? Is the belly tucked in, pulled in, bottom tucked under, pull back, lovely, and then drop down. Okay, we're going to take the hands behind us. So clasp the hands or grab the wrists. Again, think posture. So really tuck the belly in. I keep saying that, tuck the belly in. Tuck the bottom under, pull the belly in. Push those hands away behind you. Keep breathing and just add some tension there. So push, push, push away. Can you feel that? You might feel it one side more than the other. Keep breathing. Relax. Keep hold of the hands. Just have a wiggle jiggle of the shoulders and then let's go again. So push away, push the hands away. Oh, lovely. Relax, release. Okay, one hand is going to come into the side of your neck. And I want you to hold the back of your arm and just bring that arm a little bit closer to your body if you can. So you're feeling a stretch along the back of the arm, but you might feel it in the front of the shoulder as well. So pulling that arm gently in towards you. Lovely. And then release. Same hand comes up and over towards the centre of the shoulder blades. Hold on to the elbow and without pushing your head forwards, just bring that elbow back, back, back. And then push the armpit forwards almost. So you're really extending through the chest, lifting the chest, and let's swap sides. So wiggle if you need to. Hand comes onto the neck. And then just use the other hand to support it and draw it into your body, in towards your neck. Soften the knees. That's it. Draw it in a little bit more if you can. And then let's take that hand up. Support it with the other hand. Taking that hand, so the hand is trying to aim towards the centre of your shoulder blades. Keep breathing. Push the armpit forwards a little bit and lift through the chest. And then release. Okay, hands come together in front of you. So hands together and you're going to pull the chin back. So you're going to pull the chin back, stretching through the back of the neck. Push the hands forward so you've got kind of an opposite direction going on with the hands pushing, the chin pulling back. Release. And then we're going to go again. So push, hands to me, chin pulls back, pull, 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 release, and let's go one more time. And you should feel that into your shoulders, so almost like coming out of their sockets like a sublux. So push, 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 pull the chin back. And release, rest. Roll out the shoulders. Oh, can you feel that? Roll one, then the other. Lovely. Keep going. That's it. Okay, we're going to soften through the knees. I want you to just take your chin, lift your chin upwards, eye gaze to the ceiling. And then stick the bottom jaw out, stick the teeth over the top teeth. So bottom teeth over the top. And release, keep the head there, go again. Bottom teeth over the top. And release, and one more time. Lovely, okay. Both hands wrap. Really try and work the hands towards the back of the shoulders here. So, like a big bear hug. And then you're just going to drop your chin. Lift up. We're going to swap sides. The bottom arm goes on the top.
Lie flat.
What?
Just get them to lie flat.
What now?
When you finish that.
Oh, right, okay. Lovely. Release, roll out those shoulders. Fab. We're going to come down onto the floor. Take your time. Hopefully your shoulders, necks are feeling lovely and mobile. And then take your time. Grab a quick drink if you need to.
Morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Just checking you can hear. Lovely. Okay, so lie in a full body stretch for me. So don't worry about that transition to the floor. I'm sorry I'm late. It was all going so well, swimmingly well this morning. And then I realised that I had both sets of car keys. So that was joyous. You right there, Pat? Good morning to you.
Yeah, morning.
So stay in a full body stretch for a second.
You need your mic back.
What, it's not working?
Yeah.
Do you want mine?
The lights are on.
Yeah.
They can hear me, they said.
Oh, okay. I think they can hear you through. I'll go back.
Okay.
You keep going.
Right, okay, so, I'm here now, it's all fine. So, I want to kind of reinforce where we're at with pelvic floor. So bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees drop out and try and relax the glutes. So relax through your bottom just for a moment. And it might be just little rock tots, side to side, rock, rock, rock. Just as you're starting to release off the glutes, release off through the groin. Now, we are engaging and lifting through the pelvic floor. So when your knees are separated and your feet are close together, you're more vulnerable here in the pelvic floor. So I want you to tighten. So think about north, south, east, west. Just draw everything inwardly and upwardly. And as you go the upwardly, there's a pull-in of your abdominals in and up towards and underneath the ribs. So think about that tension on there. When you hold it constantly in a high velocity, it's really intense. So I'm looking at holding and engaging your pelvic floor between 30 and 50%. Okay, and once you're into that position, send your shoulder blades down your back as your arms go overhead just to stretch out through the chest. Just for a moment. You right, Pat?
Yeah.
Okay, we bring the knees together. Turn the toes out to 10 to 2 and then line the heels up. So we've got knees in neutral. Can we switch to camera 1, please? The lower body cam. Thank you, that's brilliant. Okay, I'm just looking for a bit of a rock and roll of the pelvis for a moment. Now, because your arms are overhead, you might feel restricted to start with, so you might need to do a bit of wiggle jiggling. And think about the tail making contact with the mat, arching your back, and then the flat of your pelvis making contact with the mat, so we're flattening off. So it's a rock and roll of your pelvis. You'll be more restricted simply because your arms are overhead. Now you might like this sensation, or if it's too strong, bring your arms back to your side. Okay, so we're going to make this bigger. We are going to roll up into a bridge. So slowly, slowly feel the pressure in your heels. Rise up into on the top of your shoulders, arms still overhead. Slowly roll down one vertebra at a time. Okay, let's repeat that. So you breathe in to tilt the pelvis. Breathe out to lift the spine. Breathe in at the top of the move. Use the pressure at your feet to go as high as you can. And breathe out to lay the spine back down all the way to your starting point. Inhale to tilt the pelvis. You'll feel that flattening. Exhale to lift. The spine articulated, one vertebra at a time. Inhaling at the peak of the movement. Use your feet to push back so you're engaging your gluteals. And then once again, breathe it out as you lay the spine down in sequence. Let's do that one more time as we are inhaling to tilt, exhaling to rise, inhaling at the peak, Exhaling, let yourself come down. Well done. Take your right foot and bring it up into half tabletop. Okay. So while we're here, we're braced through the centre, we're floating the right foot, and we're just going to go through a pumping action to start with. So we're taking the leg out and in. Okay, we got that? So we're taking it out. So this is single leg stretch and in. But I talked about pumping the hip joint. So this is a mobility movement in the first place. We do this one more time on the right and then we switch to the left. So when you come in this time, the foot comes to the floor, left leg lifts up into half tabletop, extends towards your skirting board, and then flexes at the hip joint. You bring it in, pump it out, and bring it in. You have 2 more of these, please. Well done. Last time. Okay, come back into half tabletop. Take a breath. Exhale, bring the second one up into tabletop. Hold this for a moment. So we're engaged. Think about your alignment. So if you need to have a little glance down, we're looking about a hand width between the knees, and we're looking at 90 degrees between at the knees and a 90-degree angle at your hips. Adjust if you need to. If there's any fatigue here, you can make those adaptations, particularly like popping one foot back down on the floor. Okay, so from here, we're engaged through our centre. Let's take our arms towards the ceiling and follow on from that retraction, protraction. So send the hands up towards the ceiling, shoulder blades lift, and then shoulder blades melt into the ground. So go up, up, and down, down. Up, up, and down, down. Well done. Let's do this one more time. Up, up. And as you come down, down, find your neutral. So rather than melting the shoulder blades into the ground, they're just engaged slightly, slight hover, so you can feel the shoulder blades on the ground, and you can certainly feel your abdominals connected. Okay, so your right leg extends. Lovely. Bring it back. Well done. Left leg extends. Well done. Right leg extends. Left hand overhead. Well done. Come back to centre as you breathe in. Exhale, slowly let it go. Thumb touch. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So we're taking our time with the movement. This, just so we're clear, this bit is quite intense. I'm going to put that out. Any chance of a hot drink? Is that okay? I feel like I'm a bit dusty. Well done. Okay, last time, draw your knees into chest and give yourself a bit of a cutch. Okay. Right, so let's just stretch out through the groin and the pelvic floor for a moment, and it looks like this. Let's take your hand. Now, I'm going to offer you options today. Inside arch, outside arch. So we hold left foot, left hand for a second. Left foot, left hand. Work on a flex foot. I've got an earpiece stuck in my back. God, that hurts. There you go. Right, so we've got that. Release the leg, let's switch. Right hand, right inside arch, because many of you will find that's a bit of a challenge. Or outside arch, that might feel a bit easier. The idea is we're starting to challenge the hamstrings, the back of the thighs, okay? Okay. Now, let's see if we can catch both feet. Now, you can always use the TheraBands for support. And what we're looking at is a bit of a happy baby. So, options. Hold the outside of the foot. Hold the inside of the foot. You can even, with gun fingers, grab your big toes. Okay, and then have some fun with this. So if you want to just rock side to side. Lovely. And if you want to, you can rock north to south as well. Think about just getting that space in the hip. So this is a hip opener, and I just wanted to go here first before we progress the next few exercises. Lovely. Now, if you want to, take a breath, and as you exhale, lengthen off your legs. Bend your knees, straighten your knees. Just do that 2 or 3 times. I know it feels like a bit of a challenge, but well done. Last time. Ooh, and then release. Good job. Okay, hips. So take your feet to the outside edges of your mat and take both knees to the right side for a moment. Come back to center, left side for a moment. So if we go to the left, squeeze your right bum cheek. As we come over to the right, squeeze your left bum cheek. Got it? So what you should find is an increasing stretch into the front of the hip joint. Settle back at the back into neutral. Okay, and now what we're going to do is have a look at some hip mobility. So what I would suggest, if you just watch me for a second, we are bridging, we are doing single leg lifts. This is going to target the gluteals and the hips. So, and it looks like this. So we're bringing leg 1 into tabletop. Leg 2 will drive the hip off the floor. And we're going to push the whole body upwards 5 times. So as you breathe out, you push, 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 push. Breathe in, lower, 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 lower. Exhale, press. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press. And lower. Last time. Lower and release, switch sides. So knee comes up, one leg bridge. Inhaling, exhaling, lifted. Inhaling, lowering, exhaling, lifting. Really push from your heel. 3 more to go, please. Exhale, press and release. Exhale, press. Push, push, push and release. Last time. Push, push, push. Foot down, spine down. Full body stretch. Okay, your right leg comes in and up towards the ceiling. Bent knee, stretch it out. Same side. Bent knee comes in, half tabletop. Extend towards the ceiling. Flex through the foot. Bend the knee. Heel touch the ground. Slide away. Slide back in. Half tabletop, pointy toe. Extend towards the ceiling and flex the foot at the top. Flex the knee. Flex the hip. The heel touches the floor. Slide out. Same leg. Slide in. So the flexed hip brings up. Half tabletop. Pointy toe towards the ceiling. Flexed heel. Flexed knee. Heel touch and relax, switch sides. Ooh, that was a bit intense, wasn't it? So, half tabletop on the left, pointy toe, point towards the ceiling, flex the foot, flex the knee, heel touches the ground, come straight back up, boom, 1. Pointy toe towards the ceiling, beautiful, squeeze the thigh, flex the foot at the top, flex the knee, leg comes down, heel touch to mat, and repeat. 1 and 2. Flex foot, flex knee, heel touch, and again 2 more. So half tabletop, pointy toe to ceiling, flex foot, bent knee. Well done, and touch down. Last time. Up, up. Pointy toe towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Flex the foot even better. Flex the knee. Foot comes down. And just give yourself a moment. Well done. So we're going to take your hips, lift them, and take your whole body to the back side of your mat so you can turn on your side towards me. Morning, everyone. Hip work. Okay, so your bottom knee is bent. Now today, what I'm going to do, my knee's bent and my bottom foot is floating towards the front of the mat, okay? My top leg is straight down the line of my yoga mat. The first thing I'm going to do is really stretch out so I create some space in the top of the hip joint and around the back of the hip joint. Then from there, we align so the hips now become stacked. So you've got super stretched down the line of your yoga mat, and then you got aligned as you start to float that top leg off the ground. So the bottom leg, because it's a bent knee, creates a better base of support so you're more stable. Think about that engagement through your belly button and think about tension on through your back. Okay, in the first place, the ankle is relaxed. And from here, we're just lifting slightly and lowering. So we're bringing some engagement. Is everything all right? So we're lifting the heel and lowering. We're using that engagement into the center. Now, and try and relax your neck where possible, but it's important that the heel is relaxed. Lifting and lowering. Lifting and lowering. Good. So and make sure the leg is still down the center line of the yoga mat because it wants to naturally come forward, okay? So make sure it's down the bottom line, and there should be a slow and progressive build up of sensations now in a very healthy and positive way. Lovely. Up and hold. Now we're going to swing the leg forward across the top of your front leg and touch down. Then we're lifting, we're going to send it backwards, back, 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 and touch down at the back side of your mat. Lift up and tap down, and it's the toe that leads. The heel is the highest point throughout this whole movement sequence. And then I want you to focus on keeping still through your trunk. So the moving part is the hip joint only. Lovely. Okay. Tap down. Stay in alignment. So we're down and floating down the center line of your yoga mat. Just hold it there. So working statically, you might start to get a build up of tension into the hip joint. Okay, what if we just turned the knee to me? Okay, hold it. What if we turn the knee towards the ceiling and started to bend the knee, bring it up, 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 out, out, out. So what I'm asking here is you're staying on your hip. We're not rolling onto the bottom. We're allowing for external hip rotation. The heel is coming up to the top of your thigh and then going out again. The knee is pointing towards the ceiling. So it should feel quite a nice movement. This helps us to engage the obliques, so our waistline muscles. But the only active joint moving, joints, knee and hip. So we're coming in, knee pointing towards the sky. What you might feel really deep, deep, deep into your booty at the back. You might feel tension because your toenails are pointing up to the ceiling, so is your knee, whilst your hip is remaining static. You're not rolling onto your bum cheeks here. Okay, lovely. Stay there. Stay with a bent knee, toe down towards the thigh. Now have a look. This is the change. Watch me first. We're going to go into full internal hip rotation. full external hip rotation. And how you do that is bring your toe down to the knee on the opposite leg. So knee to knee, toe to knee, knee to knee, toe to knee. Knee to knee, toe to knee. Last time, knee to knee, toe to knee, and then take your knee onto the floor. So newish movements, ones that we haven't had for a little while, but you might just feel that warmth in your hip right now. So give it a minute, okay? Okay, so you can either turn 180 degrees, or you can push yourself up off the ground, up and over, switch sides. Lovely. So just to reinforce the alignment, ooh, power pack, broken rib. Okay, so we're looking for a bent knee, and then the foot of the bent knee lines up on the front of your yoga mat. Okay, the hips remain stacked, and in the first place the leg goes long and stretches to create that space in the top of the hip. So some of you might like that, others of us might go, ooh. You may feel this in your back as well. Okay, so now the second phase is to align the hips so they become stacked. So when we're stretched down the line of your yoga mat, we're out of sync. To stack your hips, you'll notice they'll come into more of a float. Yeah, does that make sense? Am I making myself clear to you today? I hope so. And we're down the midline of the mat. So from here, we're lifting and lowering. Now, a good bit of feedback here is hand to hip as you lift and lower. And then you should feel still in your trunk. The only moving part is at the hip joint. The knee is facing slightly forward but mostly downward because the ankle is relaxed, okay? So we're just really relaxed through that joint. And this lifting wants to come forward. So just make sure each time you're coming down through the middle of the mat. Midline of the mat, beautiful. So it's fairly subtle. Okay, so now we come up and over, toe taps down in front of us. We come up and backwards, and toe taps down as far as it can behind you into the far corner of your mat. Up, 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 touch down, up, 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 up. Touch down as far as you can backwards. Lovely. So all of this work is connected to hip and pelvis. Well done. Last time. Okay, come back into that hover, come back into that alignment. Okay, hips are stacked. We come in and out. The knee is pointing towards the ceiling. We've externally rotated through the hip enough, but not too much where we're rocking onto the bum cheek. So there should feel tension and almost restriction in the hip. You want to roll on to the back of your bum cheek, but you're too scared to because you know I'll be cross. So you come in and out. This is a really nice one for your lower abs. And range of movement. It's not a natural movement as such, but this actually helps with squat depth. And I don't know about you, but I feel that because I've got hip troubles. But I do feel that around the groin. Lovely. Doesn't that feel nice? you should be feeling your booty go in. Hello, your glutes. Oh, I can see that. And he's patting away, going, come on, hips. Well done. Okay, last time, and pull in. And here we go. Knee to knee. Keep your upper body still. Foot to knee. Oh, there you go. And that's imbalances. Knee to knee. Toe to knee. So that will work your abdominals. It's significant rotation through the hip joint. So it might pull a little. Use those core muscles to really bring that toe in. So you're feeling that tension on through your center as you perform the movement. Lovely. You look great, guys. Last time. Lovely. And then rest your knee on the floor in front. Well done, team. Excellent. Oh, I know. Give it a pat, give it a rub. Okay, so from here we're just going to roll over, push back into child's pose for a second. Right, toes touch, knees separate if you can. So we've been working on this in all classes recently. Just think about that separation of the knees and think about trying to get your tail down to your heels. A nice way to do this is to actually sit up first. So if you sit and your bum is on your heels, try and keep that there and start to come down. So you're pushing your hands into the mat so your weight stays on your heels, and see how far you can go whilst keeping your bottom on your heels. You'll feel how that restricts you. Now go to goes over to the mat. And then just give yourself a wiggle jiggle. We're coming up onto all fours. Now, I've been thinking about this quite a lot recently. I need you to really press your index fingers into the ground. So spread your fingers. And be mindful that your weight isn't into the outside of the hand and fingers. Think about index fingers and thumbs. That's where your weight should be. Once you're satisfied that you're in that position, I just want you to do a couple of circles here. They don't have to be very big at all. What I'm finding is that many of us are getting short and tight into the forearm. It's because our handbags weigh so much. But what I'm seeing with age, because the fingers naturally curl as we get older. So let's just spend a bit of time just really focusing on stretching the index fingers and thumb in particular. Lovely. And that does change the shape of where your elbows are. Okay, once we've done that, let's curl the toes under the heels and just push back gently into downward dog. So I'm thinking high through the heels and use the weight in your hands just to push back. Relax your knees and let's go for a little walk just for a moment, just to get that boosted stretch up the back side of the body. Heel to ground, long legs. Lovely. Now from here, we're coming forward into plank. So bring the body weight right the way forward. Squeeze through the bottom, long through the spine. We're looking forward to where the floor meets the wall. Okay, squeeze the thighs, breath in, exhale, push back down dog. Relax your knees and go for a little walk. Maybe a little look under the armpits. When you're ready, breath in, exhale, plank. And we're going to stay there. We're thinking about the alignment, thinking about the bottom just gently tucked under, and we're strong and rigid through your trunk. Well done. Push back into down dog. When you're here, think about the chest moving towards the thighs, the neck long. So we're not dangling the heads. Well done. Come forward, knees down. Okay, and diagonal pointer. So it's right arm, left leg, lift up. Now we're going to do this 5 times and we're going to take our time, okay? So the heel and the hand are the same height. They go out and in. 4 and in. 3. Just checking you online. So, and really focus on keeping the hips square on, heads long, and focus on that balance. Well done. And then release. Beautiful. Get ready. Switch sides. Left hand, right leg. Out and in. Now be conscious of your height, because we're doing this repeated on one side only, loading one side only. Gravity is coming down on you, so your heel wants to swing towards the floor. So just really focus on that great alignment and keeping that foot and hand high. Lovely. Well done. And then release. Once again, come back into child's pose. This time, I want you to cup fist hand, put your head down on your mat and then push back. So you're getting more of a stretch through your armpits. Now play with this. So you're adapting the exercise. So it's like a cross between dolphin pose and child pose. So, and the idea is that you just get in some space again in your arms, top of your shoulders, and stretching out through your upper body. Think about the length of your spine. Think about now drawing your heels to your bottom, but keeping your forearms down. Really stretching out through your armpits. Well done, team. And then release. Good job. Okay, so when you're ready, roll onto your back. We're going to do one more abdominal set and then we are going to relax. Okay, so I don't do enough diagonal work, and the reason being it's purely selfish, because you guys were with me when I was struggling with vertigo. So I find that diagonal movement used to trigger it for me, so I just stopped teaching it. So it's selfish, but I need to bring this back. I need to bring back cross crawls, more diagonal work. So just as we finish, what I'm looking for is opposite hand to knee. So right leg stretches, left hand touches, right leg stretches, right hand touches inside of left knee. Knee comes in, left leg stretches, left hand touches inside of right knee, right calf. And then we switch. So we go 1 towards the ankle, 2, slide towards the ankle, 1 towards the ankle, 2. Good. Now, as I'm progressing this, I'm using my knee to pull to, I'm using my hand to pull to chest. So knee to chest, hand to ankle. Knee to chest, hand to ankle. And actually I've gone beyond that. And now I'm stretching towards the arch of my foot. 1 and 2. 1 stiff. Exhale, 2 and 1 and 2. Now, if you want to add more of a rotation, start to rock shoulder blade to shoulder blade. And you've got 20 of these to complete on. So count it out in your head. You should be 16, 15, 14, 13. Once you're finished, come into a full body stretch. If we can switch to camera 3 as well. When you're ready, okay. Now, make yourself long or sit, either way, I don't mind. I just want to work through a couple of things with you. Firstly is, I love that. Yeah, just pop a little jumper on so you don't get a chill. Now, I can't stress the importance of this. Now, any relaxation is really essential to good health. Stress is such a big part of our living today that this work, irrespective of how you feel about mindfulness and meditation, being able to breathe to relax the body is essential to us reducing stress in our bodies. Okay, so just let's start with some long breaths in, long breaths out for me, please. And put some sound into the breath, how it breathes into the nostrils, how you breathe out through the back of the throat. I noticed that my breathing is quite loud today. Focus on the breath to belly and really spending some energy trying to get the belly to swell and rise. Beautiful. Now you know where you are, you know your space, you know what you're wearing. I want you to leave your own body and look down on yourself. Look at yourself. With your eyes closed in your mind's eye, you can see yourself. Okay. Now I want you to reflect. And I want you to think of a time when you were absolutely on your A game. A conversation you had, an event you attended, anything where you left or you were at that place or doing that thing feeling $1 gazillion. You totally owned it. You felt good. Just everything about that moment made you feel happy and good about yourself. This is about you, okay? Now bring those thoughts forward to now. Remember how it felt, how it smelt, what it looked like. Dial it up so you can really see it as if you're like looking at a TV show and it's you doing that thing, whatever it was. Now capture that. Think of those feelings. Feel that joy in your body and in your face. Feel your smiles and your laughter, and maybe even hear what was going on or smell what was going on at that moment in time. And you've brought it forward to this moment in time. That's the key message here. That is our resilience. Now, you've got that. As you look at yourself now, you see that joy. You see that happiness. You see all the good stuff that's going on now. And you see it in you, what the world sees you like. Manifesting that greatness, that confidence. You are so authentic, you. And when you've got all that captured, check in your environment, check in your body, get back into your confident, fabulous you. Create some movement to your fingers and toes. Maybe activating your back by drawing your heels in towards your bottom. Rolling onto your side. Bringing yourself into a seated position for a moment. Well done. Just give yourself a moment. Join in with me with a big fat sigh. Breath in. Exhale. Opening your eyes. Opening your arms, thumbs up. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Rise up with your hands. Bring your hands into your heart space. Just push your hands together. Elbows flare nice and wide. And then give yourselves a round of applause because you are magnificent. Well done, team. So that's us. That's a Pilates session. Focus quite a bit around the pelvis and the back again. So I'm hoping that you'll just keep chipping away at keeping yourself nice and strong.